Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
I often come to you to talk about higher gas prices, so I'm always happy to have a segment where we're talking about maybe lower gas prices. Analysts say maybe lower gas prices over the next 18 months. Let's check in with a gentleman who's part of 4 generations in the oil and gas industry. Jay Young is back on the Davison Family Dentistry Newsmaker line. And Jay, welcome back to WHO Radio. Good morning.
Well, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for having me on again.
So it's always good to talk about lower gas prices. Jay, what do you see coming in the oil and gas industry?
Yeah, I mean, we could see some, with regulations, with your inventories building up, and also, just as we talked about on your show before, Jeff, it's all about supply and demand, right? I mean, it's like if you have too much supply and your demand starts to come down, you could see prices come down. And there's a lot of predictions out there. Citibank, Goldman Sachs, they're thinking that our supplies are going to continue to be strong, from the Permian and the Eagle Ford and Texas drilling and supplies, and that our demand could start coming down in the next couple of years, which will mean that'll be good for the prices at the pump.
Well, and what you said that the demand could be coming down over the next couple of years. What are you seeing, Jay? What would cause the demand? Because it's interesting to have this conversation with you right in the middle of summer driving season when demand is up.
Right. But, you do have, there is electric cars coming. There's other people that, are taking less gas, and people are buying vehicles that may not use as much gas and drive less. But I know you're right. I mean, there is right now people are driving. I mean, you're looking at July 4th, and this is the largest, the people are traveling more. There's going to be 30 or 40 million people in airports in the next few days. So it is. And it's hard to believe that you will see demand, start to come down because of this. But I think that people will continue as long as the economy's good, as long as people are out front of it. I think they're going to start continuing to want to travel, things of this nature, and they're going to want to, they're going to want to fix roads. I mean, there's always going to be a demand for oil, and only a few people are saying that it's going to be, our peak oil demand, where oil demand continues to go up. Oil demand continues to go up. It's going to continue for 3 years, 5 years, and there's huge discrepancies in what's going to happen there, and see when. But when you do see that start to come down, and you see our supplies, and I think that our supplies are going to be pretty strong here for the next few years. There's no big oil and gas finds that you're going to see in the United States for a long time. So we still do not produce enough oil in the United States to take care of our demand right now. So there's huge discrepancies, and there's also, there's always things in the war. There's inflation. I mean, there's all different kinds. But, just a few people right now are predicting that, gasoline prices, which are $3-4 around the country right now, they can come down. But, as I write in my book, the upside of oil and gas investing, go online at kingoperating.com and pick it up. There's always going to be factors out there that could change this overnight. It seems like that's why you have me on your show so much, Jeff.
Yeah.
Because there's so many different things that can happen just overnight that we'll not be able to predict.
Well, that's it,
what
Jay.
oil prices are.
It's like it's an emotional roller coaster sometimes when you and I talk, because we'll be like up, down, up, down. But, you're talking about hurricane season at this particular point. And, oh, by the way, we still have conflict going on in the Middle East. It just seems like we're in this lull, as far as bad news is concerned, Jay. But like you said, you always have to keep your eye on different factors that you have no control over, right?
Exactly. And that's the big part. And when you do see supply and demand, and we are still not producing. I mean, we need 20 million barrels a day in the United States. We're producing 13, so we still need 7 million barrels a day from, overseas or Canada, Mexico, or these other countries, and we're kind of at their beck and call. So as long as we keep some friendly relationships there, okay, everything's going to be okay. But just think about another, conflict with anybody in there, and you could see, prices. I know, Jeff, you said, hey, prices are going to come down, so I don't want to get on the other side of that and say that prices could go up. I don't want to contradict what you called me for, but there's always that, and I just want to make sure you call me back in the next month.
Exactly.
We can talk again.
Exactly. I'll be like, well, there's a hurricane, Jay. Now what? So that's how it kind of goes. That is my oil and gas man, Jay Young. His book is called The Upside of Oil and Gas Investing. Thanks very much, Jay, for talking to me.